darkest coyote I ever saw. Any of y'all out there old enough to remember making your own J hooks out of a nail, making your own swivels out of wire? We was poor. We couldn't afford that kind of stuff, so we'd take Dad's nails, cut them up with fence pliers. We'd use a steeple and nail it to a tree or tree root or something. And only thing we'd change here, and that was later on in life, chain used to come out of the corner, and we moved it over here to the center, and that's the only two swivel points on the whole thing back in. I found that trap in a tote, and I forgot all about it. And probably didn't have thick enough gauge wire, so I wrapped it twice. But, thought y'all would find that interesting. Hey y'all, welcome to Al's Outdoors. I'm a trapper, I'm a hunter, among other things. And today I'd like to show you some tips and tricks from the old guy, my two favorite trap sets, and how I do copper trap tags. Probably something a lot of you folks never seen before. We won't talk about bedding a trap or anything like that. These are my two favorite sets for catching bobcats and coyotes. Come along with me, I hope it helps somebody. Gonna make your trap tags not shiny anymore and easy to write on. You have to do this with copper. You can't do this with aluminum. Steel will be harder if you did this. Aluminum will melt if you do this. Get your copper orange, quench it in water. Makes it soft, real soft, easy to write on. Dulls it up so the animal don't want to chew on it as easy, but they like to chew on shiny stuff. That's the way I like to do mine, but I run a small line. Of course, you're not going to do 200 of them or something, but that doesn't wipe off, it stays dull. And I just write on it with an ink pen on a nice surface, and works for me. Hope y'all like it. Howdy y'all, welcome to Al's Outdoors. I want to show you my two favorite sets. This is my very most favorite set. I call it the 597. It's kind of like a compass set, but there's something very interesting that a lot of folks don't think about. I want to show you. This will be my backing. I like backing really low to the ground. I don't want something clear up here. I don't want to cramp a coyote in with the V-sticks and stuff like you would for a fox or something. I'm digging about a 2-inch hole. You dig whatever you want. Now here's what's important. There's my hole, right? It's at a very steep angle. That's just my preference. You do however you want to. This hole is about 5 inches to the center of the pan. This hole's about 9 inches. This hole's about 7 inches. I haven't made these holes yet. I'll show you what we do. Now, if you're going to make a punch hole, that's it. I can just get my finger down in there, okay? It's almost vertical. That's because this is closer to the pan. And the way that animal steps, I try to think of the way that animal's going to step in there. But I did it wrong. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to angle it just a little bit back towards this hole. Now what we got is an animal that not only closer to the trap, but he's got to move that foot. He's got to twist around to get to that hole. It's kind of a compound angle, okay? We're almost up and down. but we angled it back towards that hole just a little bit. Now this one here's further away, so we're going to start it, okay, then we're going to move it towards that hole. Again, kind of a compound angle. Now what we got here, I can barely get my finger in there. I'm using this little tiny rock right behind that hole. Using this little tiny rock behind that hole. I have used an acorn. I have used a hickory nut. This here's a hickory nut. For some reason, I don't have very good luck with walnuts. I'm a little superstitious about a walnut. But it doesn't matter. I just put something there that looks natural, and there's just one little hole size of my finger. He sees this hole, he comes in and he wants to twist that foot to be able to get that compound angle. He wants to twist that foot to be able to get that compound angle, and it's just, the longer you keep that foot in there moving, both those front feet in there moving, the better chance you got of catching that animal. Make dang sure that your trap is really solid. We're not going to get into bedding traps today. There's plenty of info out there on that, but that's what I call 597. Now here's how I bait it. I dip me a Q-tip into my lure and I drop it down the hole. I get me another Q-tip, I dip it in a different lure, and I drop it right down in the hole. That's all you need. That's why they do it in 1 ounce bottles, okay? Then I take another Q-tip, I cut it in half, I put my sheep's wool, my bait down in there. I stuff it down in the hole, but I put a little bit of a third kind of scent on there. Let me move that rock so I can show you. Now, see if I can show you what I'm talking about. See that Q-tip down in there? I stuck it in the roof of that hole. I do that a lot. That helps keep the rain off your lure. If I move that rock and cover about half that hole, that lure will last a lot longer. I hope this helps somebody. I've caught a lot of coyotes and a lot of bobcats on this set. Like I say, it is my very #1 favorite. Now I show you my #2. That didn't sound right. Alright, this here's what I've got. I generally use a short piece of log, something that's already laying on the ground's ideal. I'm going to get you adjusted here a little bit. Alright. I usually use a short piece of log or something that's laying around already. Busted off stick, whatever. Critters will seem to like burnt wood, so I put that there as an example. What I'll do is I'll put this hole in here. Well, it'll actually be more over here. This is from our last demo, so we'll do it this way. We won't go full depth just for demonstration purposes, but I'll put me one there. I try to go about 8-9 inches. I'll put me one there. But see the angle? And the angle. This one's towards the center of the pan. This one's off from the center of the pan. It's about even with that jaw right there. So you got 2 different angles. It's a double dirt hole. Everybody does a double dirt hole once in a while. I throw bait and lure down in one. I just put lure in another one. I might put long call up here in the winter time. I've caught a lot of bobcats that way. They got to move those feet. You pay attention to those angles. There's more than one angle. Okay, by more than one angle, I mean this way and this way. A lot of folks don't talk about that much. I hope this helps somebody. Thanks for coming to Al's Outdoors. Always share your fire.